Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Sikeja Kofi. Anywhere you see me, just call me.
Take that, rewind it back.
Just a few days past, there was an operation done by the Ghana Standards Authority, ladies and gentlemen. They were shutting down some paint shops in Adabraka areas. And I have a video reference I would want us to digest.
Trade is part of our core mandate. As we are promoting trade, it is also incumbent upon us to make sure that we promote fair trade and make sure that we rid off the country with substandard goods. What we did just this morning is a case of paint that contains lead. We've taken samples to our lab, we've tested, and it has exceeded the threshold. And as per the law, when you look at our law, Section 1078, Act 2022, you look at Section 32B, that's about talking about conformity assessment. Anything that you sell or manufacture that does not conform to the standard, it is incumbent upon standard authority to shut it down. If it is an importation, it is incumbent upon us to shut it down. So what we have witnessed today is just a testament of what GSA can do.
Honestly, I think the conversation is bigger than them just, closing paint shops. In fact, the shop owners can get angry because of what they are doing, though. They have alleged that there is a substandard paint on the market which contains a chemical called lead. Lead can damage the brain and nervous system, especially in children. Ladies and gentlemen, you see, at the end of the day, if the products are harmful, then authorities would have to act. So I understand the Ghana Standards Authority. But the other side is, what about the small business owners and the people whose livelihood depends on these businesses that they are closing or these small shops that they are locking? Personally, I feel this issue should not only be discussed as an enforcement story. It should also be discussed as a system story, and a holistic approach should be looked at. Because if authorities are only catching these products after they've entered the market, and maybe even after some people have already used them, then that gives us a different perspective. Yes, I am tempted to believe that the Ghana Standards Authority is more reactive than preventive. But prevention is better than cure. For me, the real question is, how did these products get to the market in the first place? This is a question we need to ask ourselves, because if a paint product is truly substandard, it came through a whole chain before it got to the small shop owner. And isn't it somebody who imported it? Isn't it somebody that distributed it? Isn't it somebody that supplied it? And then finally it ended up in the retailer shop, right? So for me, why is the conversation ending at the point of the retailer? Because let's be honest, most small paint sellers would not be able to cross-check chemical content in product. And so they are buying from suppliers. By now, these paints have already reached the walls of schools, homes, hospitals, and places where the chemical reaction is taking effect on us. And this is a bigger risk to look at. So, dear Ghana Standards Authority, please, we appreciate the good works that you do. And we commend you for the actions that you take to ensure public safety and improving public health in Ghana. But at the same time, I think the public also deserves more clarity on questions like how sellers and buyers can identify the substandard paint. Because right now, I am sure somebody watching me would want to know and see if I have a paint in my house right now, or if I have painted my house and I want to know whether my paint contains this lead. How would I be able to cross-check? How would I be able to know? Most of the public, I'm sure, do not know. And me, the trader too. So how do I even know? Especially these small buyers. How would they even be able to determine if there is a lead in it? So Ghana Standards should be looking at traceability as well. It's about making sure the burden does not fall only on the most visible and probably weakest part of the supply chain in the market, which is obviously these small retailers. The Ghana Standards Authority, I believe, should be strategic on public education, because enforcement without education will always create confusion. It will create fear. It will create resistance. And this is what we see in the video.
Your pen contains lead, which is beyond the threshold.
So I will show you the person.
That is not. That is
But
not.
you can't sell what is already. You can't sell
You
what is already.
can't.
At the end of the day, I think Ghana Standards Authority go may be right, though they are trying to protect the public. Yes, we understand. But the bigger question is whether the approach helps the people. Do the people understand the problem, or it only creates outrage? Media. You see, opinion of Tnefema Abofari Nankano, say, can carry for account. We can't really blame the paint sellers like that, because most of them are not aware of the composition from especially the suppliers that they bought them from. And so for me, let us look at this in a holistic approach. Let the Ghana Standards Authority have an approach that ensures that when the goods come to the port, they are able to trace and identify those that have this lead in them, so that it wouldn't even get to the market in the first place. Thank you so much for watching me. This is your boy Sikedwa Kofi. Follow me and subscribe to my channel on YouTube. See you in the next video.